Hey guys, Buff Game back today bringing our video, and today we are converting for our weapon conversion series the Stricker submachine gun here in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and convert it into the H&K UMP-45 firing the 45 ACP round. So a lot of you remember this one from the original Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. It is back here as a Striker in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, so we'll convert it into a proper UMP-45. Let's go ahead and back out. Here's our final design for the Whoop, a little bit buggy. Here's our final design for the UMP-45 by H&K, Heckler Koch. Just a beautiful looking weapon. It's nice to have a proper UMP back in the game here. So, backing out, what we're going to want to do is pick up the Stricker submachine gun. I believe this is unlocked very early on, one of the first ones you get here in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. So we'll go ahead and select this thing at base, go into the gunsmith. Now, a lot of you are going to remember the Striker from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. In that game, the Stricker 45 was the LWRC 45, which is kind of the Americanized version of the UMP 45. However, in that game, there was a blueprint, the Undertaker blueprint you would get. I think it was level 100 of the Battle Pass, whichever season that came out on. And that cosmetically changed the weapon to what you see here, which is the H&K UMP 45. So, we'll go ahead and get in this build. So, first off, for the suppressor, what we're going to be doing here is really, I mean, it's a suppressor, so you can. I'm running it with the suppressor here. You can run it with pretty much any suppressor you wanted, but I do like the old tactical builds from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, original Modern Warfare 2, and original Modern Warfare 3 with the suppressor. So we'll go ahead and put on the SigGuard MKV suppressor. Going to give us undetectable radar because we're suppressed, bullet velocity, fire and aim stability, and recoil control, with the cons being ADS speed, aiming idle sway, aim walking speed, and damage range. You can see there the recoil control, you're getting 3.5 across the board, which is nice. So we'll go ahead and select that. Now, barrel options. You do have 3 different barrels here available. However, none of them explicitly are saying the actual barrel length. Now, in real life, the barrel length on the UMP-45 is going to be 7.9 inches. It looks to be the base barrel. So we're going to stay with the base barrel here. You do obviously have some LWRC-esque long barrel options here. However, cosmetically, this version is a UMP-45. They went with that same Undertaker blueprint. Laser, again, this is more so personal preference. I'm going to run the AccuShot 5 milliwatt laser. This is a Modern Warfare 2 laser, giving us that green laser for the ADS. Just helps with getting shots on target, in my opinion. So aiming stability and aim down sight speed are the pros. Cons is that it will be visible when you're ADSing. So just be careful where and when you're ADSing. Go ahead and select that. Optical choice. Typically, you see these run with aim points or EOTechs. So we're gonna go. You have an aim point here. You also have another aim point here that you could run with. For this one, we're gonna run with just a simple EOTech, but you do have plenty of options here. The EOTechs, I remember, especially the original Modern Warfare 2 and 3, typically would run it just like kind of this build here, and a lot of the tactical options you see out there in the wild also. So we're going with the Lone Wolf optic here, giving us that 1.5 zoom, precision sight picture. Go ahead and select that. Buttstock, you have a few different buttstock options here. Nothing special. This gives you more of an LWRC type stock-ish. However, we're going to go with just no buttstock. You're not going to have a one-to-one match with the buttstock in real life for the UMP. They always cosmetically change things here in the game, but this is the closest option you'll get. Rear grip, we'll go ahead and skip that. You do have your typical 3 options that you see. So we'll go ahead with the base. Magazine. So one thing for the magazine here, again, firing 45 ACP. The base is a 30-round magazine. This is too short of a magazine for this game. You remember in Modern Warfare 2019, the base magazine, I think, was 25 or 30, was a proper long mag. So here, if you see that, it's too short. So you need the 48-round mag gives us kind of the length of what a typical 25-round would be of the 45 ACP. So we'll go ahead and run the 45-round mag. Again, you can swap that out if the magazine length doesn't bother you, but having that short magazine did bother me because I like the aesthetics of the UMP. So we'll go ahead and run the 48-round mag of the 45 ACP. Obviously, you have your ammo variants here, which you could go with. We're going to just stay with base. And for the underbarrel option here, again, personal preference, but typically you see it with some Knights type underbarrel options. I'm going to go with the Lockwood Precision Grip. Going to give us the hip recoil control and hip fire spread, with the cons being aim down sight speed, which we're making up with that laser and mitigating it. So you can see the recoil stats across the board there are 9%. So really good laser option. Here's our final design, the H&K UMP-45 submachine gun, firing the 45 ACP rounds. Just a beautiful tactical option. And I'm glad they went with the actual UMP-45 here. And I remember doing the playthrough for a campaign. There was that last mission, you get this, pretty much a very similar build to this. And I remember on the live stream saying, this looks like a UMP-45. Cosmetically, it looks exactly like a UMP-45. And lo and behold, that's what they went with, is pretty much one for one the Undertaker blueprint, like I said, from that season when it did come out in Modern Warfare 2019 as the LWRC. So here we have a proper UMP-45. Obviously, you're going to always have some cosmetic differences with Call of Duty. But you see the ambidextrous, fully ambi fire selection switches on the left and the right-hand side right there above the pistol grip. You also have the bolt release, fully ambi, left and right-hand side. You have the ejection port on the right-hand side. And then you have the paddled AK-style type mag release there on the bottom, which is correct. Obviously, you're just doing a straight insert mag. Here we have a top rail for pick rails, and then we have Picatinny rails at 12, 3, 6, and 9 for attachments there, which we're putting obviously the laser and the grip on there as well. So that would be laser lights accessories. And that's the final design of the UMP-45. Go ahead and back out. Jump into the gunsmith or the gun's range and look at this. Again, firing 45 ACP, it just looks beefy, this gun. I love the aesthetic look of this particular build. Also, it just looks like a powerful gun. So let's go ahead, see how it handles here. And again, it's got that slow, thumpy fire, and it's got the HK charging handle. Unfortunately, you're not doing an AK slap or an HK slap. I wish you were, but you're not. Same with, they didn't do an HK slap really in the Modern Warfare 2 HK weapons either. Obviously, that longer range, you're still, you know, that's a stretch, that 75-meter target. But here, I mean, you're still able to get shots on, which is surprising because some ARs you really can't. Again, the slow rate of fire definitely helps out with that. So he's going to pull back the charging handle, and there you go. You could do an HK slap, but unfortunately they didn't do it. Let's check out the recoil control here. Just let this thing rip. So again, that's pretty much straight vertical. You have a little bit of deviation to the left and then to the right, but you're pretty much going vertical, so you just really need to compensate slightly to the, pull down to the left slightly after you get going up. So right there, you're probably going to want something for like horizontal. If you put some horizontal things on this, you'd be able to control it much better. But again, you can see there, vertical wise, we're good. We're just getting a little bit of horizontal bounce. Those are still all center mass shots, as you can see here. Not really an issue with sustained fire even on those long targets. So this is our H&K UMP-45, just a beautiful weapon. Really happy they put this in game, the proper UMP. Looking at the camouflages really quick, you can see they're all pretty bad. some of the camos are really nice here in the game, but the ones for this not looking too great. You do have the bold camos, which they added to this game, if I can find them. The bold camos, which again are pretty much solids from Modern Warfare 2, just with their own color schema, so those look pretty clean. You also have the solids from Modern Warfare 2. We have a straight black, the tan looks nice, olive, all those look really good. But we're gonna keep the base black. Go ahead now, and we'll jump into gameplay here with this weapon. Just playing on sub base here. Again, this is a nostalgic type map for this weapon for me. Just running this so much in Modern Warfare 2, a build very similar to this. Specifically, I have memories on sub base, so I figured we'd run sub base for this gameplay here. And we ended up getting a MWIII here, which is pretty cool. Just again, we're just playing against bots. I'm still leveling this thing up online, and unfortunately, I really like playing war mode for this type of game. For the gameplay, I really want to get more gameplay of war mode for these videos, but the scoreboard just like isn't reflecting. So it's really hard going back through footage and seeing how good I did in those games unless I'm watching the full thing through. So for right now, just playing against bots. I'll be good doing more multiplayer focused weapon conversions with the gameplay going forward when I can. Obviously, just need to level up those weapons first. So, H&K UMP-45 was made as a replacement, a cheaper replacement to the MP5, firing 9x19 Parabellum. This, obviously, firing a heavier caliber. It's also made out of heavier use of polymers versus the MP5, cheaper to produce because of the polymer. It's made by H&K, again, German company, Heckler and Koch. It's out of Germany, like I said, submachine gun variant in service from 2000 through present, with the design being in the 1990s. It's been adopted by 5th Special Forces Group of the United States Special Forces, as well as multiple police units and militaries across the world. Used by many. Design period was the 90s. And like I said, been in production from 2000 through present, still produced. You also had it in multiple different calibers. So you have here the 45 ACP. There's a 40 Smith & Wesson variant. There's also a 9x19 variant of this weapon, and a 9x19 Parabellum, if I didn't mention that already. So those are many different variants for this. However, currently only the 40 Smith & Wesson and the 45 ACP versions are in production. The other ones, you can still get those for aftermarket and kits out there for the barrel swaps and things like that. However, they're not actively being produced anymore just because of the demand with the current conflicts going on. Or lack of not going on in recent times. So the mass of the weapon without the magazine is going to be coming at 5.5 pounds or 2.5 kilograms. With an unloaded magazine inserted into the weapon, it's going to be 5.8 pounds or 2.65 kilograms with the length overall with the stock not folded, so extended, because this is a foldable stock, which I didn't mention. It would fold to the right-hand side of the weapon, and it would not block the ejection port, so you could fold it and still fire the weapon. The length overall with that stock extended is going to be 27.2 inches or 690 millimeters with a barrel length of 7.9 inches or 200 millimeters. The cartridge, in this case, being the 45 ACP, but again, it does still come in the 40 Smith & Wesson and the 9x19 Parabellum. Action is a blowback closed bolt with a rate of fire being 600 to 750 rounds per minute for the UMP-9 version, and for the UMP-45, you're still going to be 600 to 700 rounds per minute with the 45 ACP version. So I remember Battlefield 4, I believe they had both variants of this. UMP-9 typically more of a police force weapon. The 45 more widely used across special forces, military, and also some SWAT units. But the UMP-9 is more of the civilian police type unit that you would see. Bullet velocity for this weapon for the 45 ACP is going to be 870 feet per second or 260 meters per second, with an effective firing range being 213 feet or 65 meters with a feed system of 25, 10, and 30 round detachable box magazine. There's also some aftermarket magazines you can get. And you have the iron sights built into the weapon with Picatinny rails for optical attachments like we see here. So this is the H&K UMP-5. Let me know your thoughts down below this weapon. What you think of this thing. I'm really happy with the way this looks in game. I think it's really good that they added this instead of the LWRC-45. I was not a fan of how the LWRC-45 looked in Modern Warfare 2019. Cosmetically, aesthetically, I just don't like it. And I thought it was really weak and just had a weird rate of fire in that game. So here, proper UMP-45. Let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, this is Buckner Gaming with the HK Slab. Till next time, Buckner Gaming out.
Ammo's running low. Need recon overhead.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
I'm hit. Grenade!